Astrology Show, peeps. And I got a Miss Kendra card here, and it's going to be a very fun show. She says, may be good. So let's find out. And we want to wish the Taurus and the Gemini peeps happy birthday. All right. So get your writing utensils out so that you can mark your calendars and whatnot. I know I have a notepad around here somewhere. I don't know where I put it. Anyway, and here it is. So that you can write down the days of the month that you might need help with. You might not need to do anything that day, or there might be something that would be good for you to do that day. Okay? So get something, write it down so that you know what's going on this month, when to do things, when not to do things, the best days to do stuff. And so the other thing is my Clarity 101 blog is sparkly brand new. Hi, Mom. Sparkly brand new. And it is on my website at aurielgrace.net. Click on Clarity 101. It has all the stuff, everything. It's all there. So if you want show notes, if you want to make a comment, if you want whatever, it's right there. Clarity 101. It looks really nice. It's easy to get through. Okay. The other thing is remember to watch the psychic tips of the day on Thursdays. And Kendra's doing an astrology special that y'all might be interested in. So I want y'all to go here on, if you use Facebook, look her up at K Lockhart, K-A-E Lockhart. Or if you're on Instagram, go to Know Yourself Well.
Or you can jump into Know Yourself Facebook group and you'll already get everything, because I'm not that exciting as K Lockhart on Facebook.
Right. Well, and join her group. Join her group on Facebook. It's Know Yourself Well. And she goes on there a couple times a week to talk to you and stuff. And she does polls and all kinds of stuff. So check that out. Hey, Penny. Hey, Mary. So you want to try this out. It's okay. So this is for Taurus season. Mars magic. I love Mars. I feel so much better. So Mars is your drives, ambition, action, aggression. How do you problem solve? What irritates you most? Who likes your battle style? Who needs it? Who opposes it? Find out with your birth information and $20. All right, so that's $20, and all the money is donated to causes. Okay, so this is called the Mars is Magic, and you can check it out. So you can DM Kendra on Facebook or Instagram to make your appointment. Hey, Bonnie. So that way you can figure out your Mars. I like Mars because, I just do. I always feel better when Mars is doing itself good because I have more energy and I feel better. So book a session with Kendra. You can book your astrology session with her. All right. It'll be very fun for you. All right.
Okay. This is all my thank you to anybody who wants it, because I wrapped up some long and frustrating loose ends and problem solved some overdue conflicts, and I did it with my Mars style. So I'm glad I know what I got, and that's why they say all's fair in love and war. We're not talking about, your egos. We're talking about what you have as far as your personal recipe on how you deal with these two realms.
Yep. So, and I also want you guys to, those of you that are joining us, because I see more of you are joining us, put your sign, your sun sign in the comments so we can see what you are. Okay, so put your sun sign in. Like I'm a Scorpio, so I would put Scorpio in. and our lovely Kendra here, I believe, is a Pisces. So she would put Pisces, right?
Yep.
So put your signs in the comments so we can see them. Now, Kendra's going to walk us through May. I don't know. Let us know if you feel better just in the last week. I do.
Oh, absolutely.
So.
All right, without further ado, the theme for May, because I do the big picture and then we break it down to specifics because that's everybody's easiest learning style. If I know what the movie's about, then I don't have to sit there scene by scene and figure out what are we doing. The theme for May is going to be boldness and expression. That seems a little strange for Taurus and Gemini. Why is that? Because you're going to have an Aries cluster. So the flavor of May has some Aries going on because we've got excellent planets that are making shifts into that to help us out. So let's discuss. Let's start with May 4th, which is tomorrow. And of course, everyone's getting all, what's the word that Trump used recently? Everyone's getting yippy about Pluto going retrograde. Well, let me speak to the yippiness. Pluto is still in a 0 degree, so it really doesn't affect us much if it's going forward or backwards. 0 degrees means this is just getting started in its new sign. If you try to overthink it or find a strategy or guess the pattern, that's like taking your day-old baby and planning colleges for it. Don't do that. It's too soon. Right. We're not there. We're in a 0 degree of Aquarius. So it hasn't even put its shoes on to go for a walk. Now, to accommodate the people who are yippy, why don't you consider that one prompt or homework would be undo some of your control issues around technology and community if you need an assignment. So there you go. That'll keep you busy.
Keep you busy and out of trouble.
Otherwise, very unremarkable, but I decided to throw it in because it is a phenomenon. It is going to be a long-standing transit, and people are making it a bigger deal than it is. So let's just take the air out of that tire right about now so we're not going to careen off the highway. Much more exciting.
Off the highway.
Much more exciting than that. May 10th, we have Mercury going into Taurus. This is good because, remember, a month ago, we talked about careful.
Yeah, we don't have
we did. We talked
about throw away keys.
Like, don't talk before you think. Don't blab with your feelings before you've put some ideas behind that. Now we've got Mars in Taurus. Mercury in Taurus. It's a very gentle slowing down of your process. Mercury is one of the things that makes you you. It is dealing with your listening. So a little more of this. Your languaging, a little better this. And your learning, a little deeper this. We like this. This is going to be good for everybody, especially if you're impatient. This is going to give you, it's going to buy you some time that you don't naturally have in your workings with yourself and any conversations you need to have with other people in your life. May 12th, we've got a full moon in Scorpio in Taurus season. The moon doesn't necessarily love being in Scorpio. Why is that? Because the moon is feelings and Scorpio is your subconscious. And so not everyone can get in touch with the feelings that are in their blind spots. So sometimes it feels ineffective, kind of like a dud. You get the Cracker Jack and there's no prize in it. But we're in Taurus season, which is manifesting. Taurus is great at having the Midas touch. So it's got some help. What you want to do with this full moon, and full moons are let it go, Elsa, E to F, Elsa to full moon. That's how I help my clients remember it. These are going to help you let go of power plays around trust, intimacy, and cooperation.
Right.
So clear out the power plays. You can build with people out of integrity and authenticity versus manipulation and coercion. And you have to go to your subconscious and go, well, wait a minute. That means I have to look back at my formative years How did I play sneaky to get what I wanted? And then it just became a part of my personality and I don't even recognize it anymore. I was hyper independent. I was like, well, hell with you. I'm taking my ball and going home by myself. I'm not quitting. I'm leaving you. I'm, going off on my own. Did anybody remember that book Where the Wild Things Are with Max?
I love that.
Oh, that was so me as a little kid. That was so me. I just was like, well, I know how I'm going to get what I want. I'm going to go grab it for myself. Yeah. That didn't work. I found that out in college when we had to do a lot of group teams and group homeworks and group projects. And I thought, oh boy, I better let go of this game fast. This full moon is asking you to do the same things in people that you have to come to the table with as far as trust and intimacy and cooperation. And it's also a time for you to say, hey, maybe it's not me. Maybe you don't get my loyalty. You don't have access to my trust and intimacy. So figure it out. Figure out where you're not being what you need to be as far as integrity, and take a good look over there and discern. This could set your year up as far as who gets to be in your A team. So it's a great time to reflect on that.
Yeah, and a couple of you are building businesses right now. So because you're building businesses right now, it's a good time to really look at the people that you're working with, the people that you feel good about, the people that you're kind of iffy about, and just look at that and see why. Why is this not working? Remember, we want an equal exchange of energy. We want people that will communicate with us in a good way to help our businesses grow. Yeah. So this is a good month to do that. Okay. You.
We get a nice long break. I'm going into business with somebody. I'm going to have to pay close attention. Now we have a nice long week where everything's copacetic. And then on May 20th, the sun moves into Gemini for its season. Yay, we get to lighten up. We get to engage in conversations and ideas. Taurus comes out of its building where it's being incredibly physical, and it jumps to its mental body and says, time to consider what I've been imagining and envisioning and theorizing about. And I should chat about it, because you know how you get clear on your idea? You run it past somebody who's listening to see if they get it or not. So yep. Gemini season is one of my favorites, is because it's the one time I stop being an introvert and I get a little more social. Usually it's about business or creativity, because those are the things I love, and magic. But it also is the beginning. It's the warm up to summer. And so it's my last shot before Chicago goes absolutely crazy and thinks sun's going to go away for, the next 10 months. So I get in and I get out. What you're going to want to do is use that energy as your springboard, because on May 24th, thank you, Saturn is going into Aries. It's been in Pisces for 12 years. It has been going head to head with trying to contain your lack of boundaries. So think about it. I bet if you did a little replay the tapes and went, whether I like boundaries or not, I bet they're automatically better than they were 9 years ago. Not because you got older and wiser, but because you found out that not having them was really challenging on refining and growing in whatever area you wanted your life to start flourishing in. These are the times I had to change my style of interviewing for jobs. These are the times I had to, sit my parents down on chairs and go, no, I'm not 9. I have boundaries now. It was time to throw away friendships that were busy being opportunistic and only taking and needing favors all the time. Before I used to be like, whatever, who's keeping score? We're friends. Trust me, my boundary game is Jedi Master level now. Thank you, Saturn in Pisces, but move along now. It is Saturn in Aries. It's going to take all that youthful energy, that leaping before looking, and that courage and that boldness, which Aries is good for, and refine it into learning from mistakes finally. So you stop doing it over and over again and telling yourself, well, it's different because it's a Tuesday instead of a Sunday this time. No, this is an excellent springboard from entering Gemini season to partner with Saturn in Aries, which is going to be around for a long stretch.
Isn't it going to be around for 2.5 years?
How many?
Saturn in Aries.
Saturn changes signs about every 2.5 years.
Yeah, that's about okay.
Yep. Neptune is the one that is the slow one. So
yeah,
Neptune's in Aries now. You're going to have to act on your imagination, and Saturn is in Aries now. You're going to have to learn from your mistakes. You're going to turn them into wisdom and ahas instead of try again. Try again. Nope, we're not doing that. This is not a game of operation where every time you hit a side, you get a buzzer and you just keep playing and you don't care. You're getting your wisdom now. It's adding up. So now we're going into May 26th, which Mercury is making 2 changes in the same month. It's moving quickly because it's not in a retrograde. It's going to move into Gemini. You're going to get your mental clarity. This is going to be a catalyst to learn new things. If there's something you've wanted to learn and you've always felt a little underconfident about your abilities, get on this. Everyone knows that my big kryptonite is technology. And I also want to pat myself back. My technology and digital graphics game has come such a long way in the past 2 years. Now, will I do better with the things I have to learn? I have to learn a new platform for work called Whatnot. You better believe I'm scheduling it for Mercury going into Gemini. I want this to be as easy and as humanly possible. Guess what happens right after Mercury goes into Gemini? We get a new moon. We get a new moon in Gemini. Momentum. Think it, act it. Start your little, start marching on your ideas. A new moon in Gemini is a lot of fun. Gemini loves being the messenger. It loves small adventures and short distances. It loves flirting with ideas. Now, don't get so caught up in don't get overserved on your ideas. Ideas are meant to drop down into reality or let go. You don't pass your test of that's a good idea, that's a bad idea. I don't want every idea to come to life because some of them are terrible. And then to wrap up May, like I said, we're going to keep this short and sweet. You got Auriel's favorite word in the world.
It's a kazemi.
It's a kazemi.
I knew there was a kazemi. I knew it. All right. Yes. I'm so excited. All right, cool.
So on May 29th, you've got Mercury and the Sun getting real close to each other, being almost on top of each other. So it is time to decide. No more playing with your food on the plate. Eat it or send it back to the kitchen. You have to use this date of May 29th to start lasting changes by deciding. No more, I wonder. You've had enough fantasy time. 2025 is your little reality spanking anyway. You've seen it. There's no more hitting the snooze button on trying to stay asleep. Either waking up is going to be a wonderful process because you've chosen yourself, or it's going to be a painful process because you think somebody else is supposed to be in charge of that. It's you. It's always been you. And that's why we're here. That's why we give you this help, is so that, you don't go outside without knowing the weather. You check in and you prepare.
Right. Yeah, because you're the only person that can change your life. You are the only person that can make the decisions, do the steps, take the risks, make the plans. You are the only one that can do it for yourself. No one else. There's no, you can have people to advise you and that, but you are the one that makes decisions on the advice. So make sure during this month to really look at what are your next steps and what do you want?
100%.
What do you truly want and desire?
And, I'm going to give some hall passes to people who will say, I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want to do. Well, you'll figure that out either by having clarity and taking action, or taking action and getting clarity. There's the benefit. It works both ways. But you are the expert on you. You've been living with yourself 24/7, 365. Everyone else just comes and goes. Ships passing the night. And your life is your job. It's your masterpiece. No one else is holding the paintbrush. Everyone else is just a runner in your life. They're coming to your table and they're going back to the kitchen because you ordered something. And when you get it, if you don't like it, you're the one who sends it back. The waiter isn't in charge of you. You are.
Yeah, the waiter's just there to help you.
So all the players in your life are not going to say, oh, I have my own life, but no, I should totally run yours. Probably not.
Nope. I just want to say this though, like I have been working on the next Lucy Prophet book, or I've been trying to, and I'm in there and I'm working on it, and then my mind goes blank, and I'm like, what? And so, but I am going to be working on a new book because obviously I'm getting writer's block, and I started a different book that I've been working on for the past year or so. And so that one is flowing. And the reason why I say this is because sometimes our goal is we have an ultimate goal. And in order to get to that ultimate goal, sometimes we have to like maybe retrace steps, move forward. Maybe we have to stop and get advice or check something out. So if you feel your inner guidance, your intuition, and it's going, hey, look over there, because there's an answer, or there's a clue over there. Go check it out over there. Look over there. And so don't disregard what your intuition and your inner guidance is telling you. Instead, look at what you're being guided to, so that you'll get your clue, or you'll get what you need to keep going. It doesn't have to be like this. Your life does not have to be like this. It can be like this. And so follow that inner guidance, that intuition, okay? Let's look at you guys. We got some Leos here. We got a Sag. Let's see. Okay, wait. I gotta go up here. Okay, so we have Leo, Sag, and yeah, 2 Leos and 2 Sages. Whoa.
That's a lot of fire. I dig it. This is a good year to make
fire, right?
To make your actions count. Because it's
so
a Sag.
Mary's a Sag too. All right. So if you haven't put your sun sign in the comments, please do that, okay? Yeah. Yes. So don't be afraid to learn new things, as Kendra said. Look, check out the things that maybe you've been curious about, and learn about them or try them, because here's your opportunity to do that. And it can be very fun for you, right? It's a good experience, because that's what we're here for on this earth, is to have those lovely experiences, however big or small they are. So try those new things, okay? Yeah. Okay. There you go. Is there more?
That's it. I told you May was going to be short and clear.
Okay. So May is going to be short and clear. We are kind of through with some stuff. We've come out of March and April, and we're now into May. May is the prettiest month of the year. So get your butts out there and go look at some flowers, and like touch the trees. Get your feet in the grass. Go out in the sun. and enjoy, have some joy in your life. And that this month, I have set everything up, but we are going to be doing the virtues of flowers, May flowers, and May trees, because there's actually May flowers specifically and May trees. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. So think about this week, think about what your favorite flowers are and what your favorite trees are, because I'm probably going to surprise you with the trees because I was like, wow, okay. I didn't even know a couple of these were trees. Anyway, so we'll be like talking trees and flowers, and we're going to be talking fairies too. So for those of you who have fairy pictures, if you have fairy pictures, if you made fairy gardens or fairy places, send me pics, okay? You can email them at girlsinc@gmail.com and I'll post them, because we're going to be talking about that. And I have some pics here from my altar, where one corner of my altar is dedicated to the Fae. Got to keep them happy. And Melinda Carver makes excellent fairy dust, and she sends it to me at least once a year. So we'll be talking about that, and I'm going to see if I can get Melinda on, because she knows a lot about fairies, and we'll be talking fairies. All right? All right. So remember, Kendra is doing this astrology special, okay? So it is the Mars is Magic special. We've got it posted on my Facebook page, her Facebook page, and her group, Know Yourself Well. And take advantage of this so that you can understand your Mars magic, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Be magical.
Upgrade your relationships.
Yeah. It'll be very fun for you. This is the month. Take a breath. Oh, do we have lucky days for lottery tickets? People keep asking me about that.
All right. Well, did anyone figure out which is the lucky day based on the run through? Let's see if we've got any. Can we get a caller from the audience about all the dates I listed, everything we ran through? Does anyone have an idea? Not you.
Lucky days. Anybody have any idea what the lucky days are? Put them in the comments. 29th. That's what Rebecca says.
Okay, close.
Mom says 39. 39, Mom. That's not a day in the month. Is it 29 or 19? Anybody else got a lucky day?
It's one of the days I discussed.
I got a list here. 24th.
Whoever did your list is probably not using the same formulas I'm using, but I will say one of the days that I discussed is the lucky day of the month.
A Kazemi day.
No.
No?
No.
It's not the Kazemi. Okay, so what is it then?
It's a lucky day, but not for the lottery. Kazemi will be lucky for you as a writer.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Every day's been a good day for writing.
If you want to make a good decision, make it on the Kazemi.
Yeah. May 26th.
Who said that?
Mom.
All right, Mom, you nailed it.
Mom nailed it.
Here's why the 26th is your lucky day for the lottery, is because Mercury is in charge of trade and commerce. The moon is in charge of receptivity, receiving, and fertility. So if we take money as the moon and we take Mercury as the messenger, that would be your lottery day. So now you know how we get to the lucky days. I'm sure there are people who are doing it through numerology and, or things like that. The 26th is your lucky day for lottery.
All right. So y'all go out, buy lottery tickets on May 26th. Let us know if you win. That's winners. And it's very fun for us to know if you'll win. Okay? It helps us.
Let lets me know I'm great at what I do. Ha. I predicted my friend's baby born on May 3rd. This baby arrived early. I said there's going to be a 3 in its birthday. I'm good. I'm good at what I do.
And read her notes. Mom takes notes, so yeah. I hope you all have been taking notes here. Babies are awesome. I love babies. They smell so good most of the time. Great show. All right. Well, you all have a great week. Have a lovely week. And I will see you next week. Remember, keep your hearts open and align with the energy of love. Bye.